I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to. I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to. Oh, is it really about the fame and all that? In my grand goal that she on the callback. She lick my Gucci if I buy the matching backpack. She probably love it if I wore the button snapback, yeah, but she don't love it all. Calling up my mom, I said what I'm doing wrong. She said, baby, I don't want you to be hurt. She only toying with your balls, I better throw a curve. So what now? And do you have to lose? Is it money or your shoes? So I see what she want, yeah, and why fashion show. Yeah, she looking in her closet for a 10 grand coat. Every time she passes me, she looking at her ass. I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to. I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to. I swear, I swear, I swear, every time that I see you, I must say, oh no, no, oh, oh, oh. Because you got like everything going on. Brown hair, ordinary eyes, I don't care, come along. You come a long way, you come a long way.
You wish I didn't care about you, I do. I know that you're healing from your ex left bruise. Right time, no time with you. I've never seen one like you, but there's thousands of me. You have a second to see how you stole my fucking heart and then tore it in three. All the calling and the cuddles, you ain't thinking of me. This a mockery. Now you're something that I can't stand. Never hit me up again.
I don't wanna see you around. I don't wanna see you around. I don't wanna see you around anymore. Oh. Phone jamming, I don't want it. Phone tapping, I don't want it. Phone jamming, I don't wanna even know what she talking about. Behind my back with the hoes, yeah, you should go. I don't think you brought a coat, but if you did, man, I'll keep it. Cause you have my hoodie from last week, my hoodie from last week. I don't wanna see you around. I don't wanna see you around. I don't wanna see you around anymore. Oh. I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to. I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to. Oh, is it really about the fame and all that? In my grand goal that she on the callback. She lick my Gucci if I buy the matching backpack. She probably love it if I wore the button snapback, yeah, but she don't love it all. Calling up my mom, I said what I'm doing wrong. She said, baby, I don't want you to be hurt. She only toying with your balls, I better throw a curve. So what now?
Oh, so you're going
Do you
back?
have to lose?
No, like the new second one.
Is it money or your shoes? So I see what she
Yeah,
want,
well,
and
I play very
why fashion
slowly.
show. Yeah, she
Like, it's very
looking in
rare
her
I'll just like give a full like Saturday to a game. I do like 2 hours a night, and then I like didn't play for like a couple weeks, and then I've been playing it like more because I'm like almost done, and like it's kind of like a book that you have like 2 chapters left in. It's like, let me just finish this shit.
Yeah, I just finished GTA. Same kind of thing. I knew I was close. I was like, I'm just gonna power through this. It was like 2 nights in a row. I just played for like 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not how you remember it.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, when I first played it, I was just so impressed. I never played a game like that before. So it was so cool. But the story just like low-key sucks. Doesn't make sense.
You don't like it? I vaguely remember the story. I just know you're like bank robbers, and it's like, we got to get together for one last job.
Yeah. They tried to like make it too they try to add too much stuff in it. Like there's the whole dynamic with like this Mexican mob boss and then the FIB people.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, they know that Michael, like, he's like secret identity. They're like, we'll expose you if you don't work for us, blah blah blah. That whole plot like just doesn't make sense. And then like Trevor comes in, he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody. It just, I don't know, it's just like none of it really makes sense.
I don't think GTA is very funny. Like GTA 5 specifically, like it I don't even know. It's like a parody of itself now, though. Like I don't know anything about 6 plot wise, but it looks like it's not going to be the same thing where it's I don't know. Cuz like you ever play the Saints Row games?
Yeah.
Those are like GTA parodies.
Right.
But like GTA 5 is like a Saints Row game. The things that happen in it, I'm like, this doesn't really make sense. Because this is just what like another game that's like a parody of you is doing. You just became a parody of yourself.
I think they might get a little more serious in 6.
That's what I think too. I think because
so.
it's like they're gonna do like the probably bank robber thing again. It looks like there's like a man and a woman. You could probably switch between them, and like that's probably what the vibe is.
I have a feeling. I don't know why I don't know why I think this, but I think they're gonna go like more serious to where like these are actual humans with problems and like. Maybe the person has like an aunt who she's doing bank robberies for to like pay her bills or like whatever. I feel like it's gonna be more of like messaging.
You know, St. Pete's in it.
Really?
Yeah. There's a map out and there's like Tampa, but it looks like St. Pete. Like it has like a city that like curves around a bay.
Oh, interesting.
It's like in the entirety of South Florida. It cuts off at Orlando. So they're gonna have like an Orlando area with like a Disney type park. I think it's called like Magic City or something. I'm only saying what I've seen like on like Twitter and
so the map is
Instagram.
gonna be big.
Oh, it's like the biggest one so far. And all in college, when I was up in Jacksonville, they kept saying that the GTA Rockstar people were there. And that was like always a rumor that they were like doing research for GTA 6.
Whoa.
And everyone was like, they're not going to do it. And I was like, no, they're doing it. Because they already did Vice City. They have Miami already.
Right.
So it makes sense to do that because it's like they already did, what was it, like San Andreas, which then they expanded into the full... I think Los Santos is the city you play in.
Los Santos, yeah, which is LA, yeah.
And they're doing like the same thing now, except with Florida. The only thing I don't like is like, I'm just, as someone who's lived in Florida for so much of my life, I just find like the Florida man shit to be so corny and like lame. It's like, I don't know. We actually have a very nice state. Some of you live in states with literally nothing to do but crack.
Sure.
We have like boats and beaches and theme parks and like we have a country and cities, and it's like, not that I feel like I need to defend Florida, I just think it's like, I don't know if the whole game is like you're just meeting like different crackheads or gator wranglers. It's like
that's just not. Yeah.
No, I mean like it's lame like when it's a meme on the internet. So it's gonna be lame to like play.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, but like Florida has looser laws when it comes to news like reporting on stuff. So it's like a lot of stuff like comes out about like, oh, Florida person did this, Florida person that, because our like laws are looser with like.
We publish every mugshot publicly. So like Pasco County Sheriff's Department, they have a Facebook page where they post every mugshot. Yeah. And I always found it to be kind of like upsetting because people in the comments be like, serves them right, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like based on the charge, he probably got pulled over and had like some weed on him.
Right.
Like, what did it serve him right to do? Like it's weird. It's like public shaming in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sheriff's officers are weird. But yeah, that's the whole thing with the Florida ban is that like we have more open police to media laws where like things are more public. So you're going to hear about these stories. But like Michigan probably has just as many. Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit is like a dead city. Imagine what the fuck's happening there.
Yeah.
People just finding like children living in like abandoned Chuck E. Cheese's and shit. We just don't find out about it because Florida, I don't know. It's just not as funny to
Would
me.
you rather live in an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese or on a boat? On a shitty boat.
I'd probably live on a shitty boat.
Really?
Yeah. I think that would be cool. Not forever, though. Like, you live on a boat for a little bit.
Would you rather live in space? Like on a
On a shitty spaceship.
on a shitty
God, my
space?
spaceship sucks. There's holes
There's
all in
leaks
it.
in it.
Oh, I keep passing out.
Would you rather live in space or underground?
It feels like the same thing at that point. You can't
Well,
go
you
outside.
can never see the sunlight.
You can see the sunlight in space.
Well, yeah, not underground though.
Is underground cool? Don't bite it.
Don't
Don't bite it. What if I use that one? I never use
No,
that
you
one.
don't. Also, who cares?
It's yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get nervous? Bite the can too. If you're
You've never
nervous.
seen me do that? I do that a lot.
Really?
Like every boy time, I'll invite this. Yeah.
I noticed that when I'm doing stand up sometimes, like I put the mic like against my lips, and then halfway through the set I'll be like,
That's gross.
so many people have just screamed in this, so let me
Yeah.
move that away.
Yeah.
Like it's just like kind of accidental. But I do
You
like
touch
more
your lips
stuff
on it?
now that's like a little more like sound play. I don't know what the right word is.
Ew.
Sounding. You know what sounding is? It's when you put a rod down your dick hole and pull it out.
Mm.
So I don't do that, but I do like like I'll cup the mic and like whisper for a different effect.
Right.
Some guys are just screaming the whole time, and some guys are just talking, and I'm like, you gotta make some fun noises. You
Yeah.
gotta like keep people entertained. Yeah, I love
that.
doing that one. Y'all ever eat oatmeal?
The crowd just goes. Everybody's crying.
They're crying. I have sadness. They're like,
Yeah.
I remember oatmeal. I miss oatmeal.
Biden took it away.
Biden took
Go to the
it.
store and get oatmeal.
No. No! Why are you screaming?
That's funny.
How was your Valentine's Day? Did you
It
get
was
anything?
really good. Yeah, she got me a polo, like a really nice polo. She got me some
Marco?
Skittles that are over there if you want some. Little mini Skittles.
Mini Skittles?
Yeah.
Skittles Littles. Why do they have to be small?
I don't know. I think she low-key got the wrong ones.
Sound play.
Sound play.
Everyone's crying.
Yeah.
What if
I'm
I made
gonna-
that noise with my mouth? Try to recreate that. This is great podcast.
All right, go
We're
ahead.
so
Yeah, go
professional.
ahead. I'll do
Go
it.
ahead. That was okay. A little breathy. Take out the breathiness. No, it's wet now. Wait, you do it and let me try. That's not bad. You keep sucking.
I'm trying to create the noise. All right, here's this one. You do this one. No, that sounds like a splatter.
You do it.
That was bad.
Aren't you guys happy you're listening to this podcast? Dude, how was your Valentine's Day?
Okay, yeah, it was really good.
What'd you do? I saw you put like a table in a field or something.
Yeah, so it's cooler than that.
You're like, look. She's like, but there's no food. Or like, it's like 12 o'clock at night.
Okay, so for a couple of weeks now, I've been working on. I put 4x4 10-footers in my backyard. Oh, so I have a fence now. So my backyard's fenced in, so my dog can run rampant.
Right.
So I got posts.
Wasn't your fence like
Dug 'em in the
$3? It was like ridiculous. Didn't they do it for like crazy cheap? Or am I
I
wrong?
forget. No, it was like $100.
Oh, it was when
or
they cut the
something.
trees. They did it for like a handshake and like a good,
Handshake and a
good
wink.
goodwill.
and a perk.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I got 4x4s, 10-footers, dug them 2.5 feet in the ground for those, and then I put up stringed lights, like weatherproof, and then I got a picnic table, and then I got some big stones, like walkway stones, to like put underneath the picnic table legs, just to like make it like look cool, create a space, and then I got rose petals and brought it and like made a little path to the backyard, put them around the picnic table, and then when I brought her out there, I had new wine glasses I just bought, chess and
Stone Cold Steve
and then those
Austin.
roses.
He was out there.
Yeah, he was out there. Hey, Alyssa.
What? Let me get a hell yeah. If you're having a good Valentine's Day tonight, let me get a hell yeah.
You're
Why are
supposed
you
to be
here?
gone by now.
Sorry, Caleb. Oh, hell yeah. When I was a kid, my mom's
He's
friend.
trying to rip his shirt. He's like too weak now.
Oh, he lost his strength. It's like, nobody believes in me anymore. So I'm
I
all
do.
out of strength. Like, I do. And his shirt
He's
just
like
rips
Santa
off.
Claus.
He is Santa. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the Santa Claus of Valentine's Day. Well, that's cute. Good for you.
Yeah, and then I bought some steaks and asparagus and stuff. We cooked dinner and ate it outside.
How's the house? It's usable for that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
usable for that.
That's
I
good.
cleaned up a little bit. We slept there too. We slept in my living room on my bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was fun. Yeah, it was good. She cried
When she saw
when I
it?
walked her out there. I had like because it has a remote like for the lights, and we walk out there and like turn it on, and she just like freaked out. It was really cute.
That's nice.
Yeah. What did you do?
So like I usually piss on the floor. I was like, today, I'm pissing in the shower for you.
Nice.
No, I just
And she
My-
doesn't have to clean it up.
my girlfriend was working, but basically I just got like flowers and chocolate and a card, and then I got her like a massage,
Oh, nice.
like a gift card to go get a massage.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
didn't
did.
think it was you doing it.
No, I wouldn't get my girlfriend me giving her a massage. I'm not like a child on Mother's Day. Mom, happy Mother's Day. I'm gonna paint your toenails.
It's
Just
really
paint the
bad.
whole the whole toe. Well, now I have purple
He definitely
toes.
like leaks them on the rug. And
He's
then they
just
have to
painting
clean
the
it up.
rug at this point. Like, all right, well now I have to clean that up. So. How about for Mother's Day you just don't do
Happy
anything?
Mother's Day, you get back in my room.
Sorry, it was my
You shrivel
idea.
up and die.
I'm also part of Mother's Day.
Stone Cold, get out of here.
That's nice.
Someone needs to.
Is this your
believe
first
in me.
Day together?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to do it big.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, and it was also like a long-term Valentine's Day. Like, oh, this is like, this is gonna be our house. So like, I'm creating a space for us to like.
Yeah, you're like, you can live on a picnic bench.
Yeah,
You can live back
you
here.
can have a blanket.
Look, I put up the fence so you can't get out. She's like,
It's got tons of locks on it.
she's like, all right, this is weird.
I don't know if I want
Locks on the inside and the outside, so I can't even get in. I'll just throw raw meat over the fence. You can eat it around the dirt that gets all over it.
It's funny. Sonia can live with you
Okay, I mean, you guys can sleep in the laundry room.
in the laundry
All right.
room. It's got sticks in it for fires.
I would have rather you paint my toes completely red than do this. No, that's nice though. Yeah, you gotta do it up on your first Valentine's Day. You gotta do something big and romantic. This is like my fourth with my girlfriend, so I'm like,
Yeah,
we're just gonna do it. You just do it after a certain point.
sure.
Maybe if we were like first time after getting married, or if I had any money at all,
Right.
I could
Yeah.
do something romantic and nice. How would the steaks turn out?
They were just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That always
over-
happens to me. I always I cook good on like just a Wednesday in like July, but like on a special day when I want to make a nice meal, it's like
It just doesn't.
it's not as good as I wanted it to be.
Well, I've cooked a lot of steaks, and it was her fault why the steaks were bad, and she'll admit it
What she
because she has a weird thing about meat where she like is worried about it being undercooked, and so like I was like, I'm gonna take it out. She's like, no, don't take it out yet. Like, I'm like, ugh, whatever.
whatever.
You can undercook beef, but she doesn't like it too rare.
Really?
Or she doesn't. Yeah.
Damn.
I like my steak dripping in blood, baby.
Yeah, I like it pink,
Yeah,
like medium rare.
medium
Even
rare.
rare.
That's
But
what
I wouldn't
get.
do. I sometimes it's like depending on like I'm not getting like a cheap Winn-Dixie steak and cooking it rare.
No.
If you get like a nice Publix steak, like a fancier looking one, you're like, you could make this rare.
Yeah. That's where I went.
You could have taken yours out
Publix.
earlier though.
It was just one.
Oh,
it was
you
one
kinda-
big New York strip.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember New York strip. I used to live on that steak.
Ding, ding. It's the Patrick with the milk spilling over in his thought bubble.
Yeah, me. It's just me living inside a big steak.
Yeah.
I love living here.
I'm gonna eat my way out so I can see the sun again. Your eyes are bleeding. For 4 years, James was trapped in a giant steak in New York City.
Then he ate his way out, and now he has depression. He's
And-
clinically
and-
depressed.
And hot problems.
Oh my heart! All I ate was red meat. I can't poop at
boy.
all. If you eat red meat, you have to eat greens because red meat kills all the gut bacteria in your gut, and so you're supposed to eat like a salad after to like reinvigorate it. That's what I've heard.
That makes sense. Red meat really isn't good for you.
I don't like pork.
You heard it here first.
I hate pork.
Really?
Every time I'm around cooked pork,
You're
it smells
Jewish,
like a
that's why.
sweaty guy. No, I'm actually the furthest thing from Jewish. I'm Palestinian.
Oh, let's talk about that.
No.
You see Kanye's website?
Oh yeah, I saw that. We can talk about that. I don't
No,
want
I don't wanna
to
get
talk
deep.
about the conflict.
No,
I don't want to talk about
no.
Trump's real estate development in Gaza.
No, I don't want to talk about that either.
Yeah, so I saw Kanye's Super Bowl ad, And I was like, all right, he's done that before where he just like records himself on an iPhone and pays for the Super Bowl commercial. But I was like, and then I saw later that it was like Kanye selling swastika t-shirts. But I didn't realize that's all he was selling from the link on the Super Bowl.
One shirt
with a swastika on it.
Yeah.
Why?
He's crazy. Did you see his Twitter rant before that?
Oh, yeah. It was pretty
I read
funny.
every single one.
Some of them were really
Some
funny.
of them were funny. The fat bitches one, those are funny. I was like, but like, oh my God, he's
He's like, if you have sex with a fat bitch, that's being Me Too'd. like it's like abuse to have sex with someone fat.
One of them was, if you find yourself in a fat pussy, then you're a broke ass.
Yeah, some of them were funny. He used to be a very funny tweeter. He used to, like, back in the day. Do you remember when he like broke up with Amber Rose? That's her name. And she was like, he likes fingers in his butt. And he was like, no, I don't. Like, he got like really mad about it. He was like, do not say that about me. I don't like that. And she's like, you just proved that you did. Yeah. It's okay. But you're a little gay.
Yeah. You think that's gay?
I don't care. You can be gay in the bedroom. Whenever I have sex, I'm always gay.
Whenever I have sex.
I put on
if I'm having sex with a woman, I want it to feel as gay as possible.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
I put on a tight V-neck, and I'm loud.
My boat shoes.
You think gay guys are loud when they have sex? Like women are loud?
Yeah, dude.
I don't like... I have a bit about this, but I really do think about it all the time. Like, how much porn has changed sex. Because, like, most people... Like, back, like, 100 years ago, you would never... see sex. You just have sex with someone.
Yeah.
But like now with porn, it's like you see people like performatively having sex before you have it yourself.
Yeah.
And so like everyone's idea of having sex is based on porn.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I don't know. Not to be like too intimate, but it's like there's been times in my life where I've been like, not with my girlfriend now, but like people in the past, I'm like, why are you like this is like fake. Not like I need it to be fake, but you're like doing like a thing where you're like you think that this is like what I want. You're being like loud.
Yep.
You're like saying things that are like I'm not in the porn.
I want to get into this.
I'm not like in a porn, you know. Right. Like I don't want you to be like. I don't know. I don't know how to get too much into it. I don't remember exactly what was said, but I don't need you to say things that are said in porn when I'm having sex with you. Like I would rather just have sex with you and we kind of like discover what having sex is, versus you being like
putting in an outside
force. You like my tight pussy. Like I guess Why are you asking? Like I don't know. Like that's weird. Like imagine like a guy in like World War I having sex with a French woman in Europe, and she's like, "Do you like my tight pussy?"
He'd probably love that.
Probably, but now it's like that she's doing.
You're putting it on. You're doing an act.
Well, people blame men a lot. They blame young men. They're like, young men are so porn brain they can't have sex. It's like, yeah, but then when you do have sex, you're having sex with someone who's like pretending to be a porn star. It's not Halloween, you know. You don't have to like be like when someone on Halloween, you go to their party, they're like, "Ooh, you want a blood cocktail?" Mm-hmm. That's what having sex with someone who's too performative is like.
Yeah, it's the blood cocktail Halloween effect. We should write a paper on it.
And I've had sex with loud people. That's fine. Women. I don't say people.
I was just gonna say, wow, keeping it open.
No, I mean it's like loud is fine. Like loud is like that's just like a thing. But it's like the idea of you like I don't even know, man. I'm getting like embarrassed talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yes.
Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah. So I've had an experience where someone was doing something on me and made choking noises, and she was not choking.
It's like embarrassing.
She was not.
It's like I'm embarrassed for you if you're doing that.
We're talking about this.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but like, it is funny.
Like there was no choking involved at all.
Like I'm in there. I know I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not like in the throat part.
Right, exactly.
My mom's tuning in. Your brother's playing it at church.
He's like, he's on a
turning
VCR.
the volume up. Oh, he's turning off the VCR. You send him VCRs.
It's like the TV that like you had in elementary school with like the bungee cord on it.
You're like, so she's down there, and you're like scared. You're like, so she's down there, and she starts choking. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've never had that, but like I've heard enough stories to base this on other things too, like from like friends that are my friends.
But the thing is like you're doing this noise because you think it's like that's the thing that's like hot and like that's what you do, but it's like it's just so fake.
Yeah, it brings me out of it.
Yeah, you want to
You-
know what
you
she
could al-
asked me after we did the deed?
Go ahead.
She asked me if I was gay.
And were you?
And then I asked her if she was a virgin.
Right. Was she?
No, I don't think so.
That's so insulting.
I'm going to get in trouble for this later.
No, it's okay. You just did a whole Valentine's Day thing. You can talk about sex once.
That's true.
What is the fantasy that you've never had sex before?
Yes.
Like, if you're gonna be like so weird and fake when you're having sex, I'm talking to women because like there's not a lot of guys that do that. I'm sure there's guys that are like,
Well,
like
the thing
doing
that
their
guys are bad at is just actually doing it. Guys just suck at performing. Because they think they just see like porn where it's like, oh yeah, just fucking a girl, but it's like that's not what they like.
no.
Like you got to get good at like pleasing her.
Yeah,
not
you
just,
figure out
like-
what someone wants and then you like give
Yeah,
it to them.
so that's I feel like guys don't like. It's not the same, but
It always reminds me like the way guys think about sex is when Patrick Bateman in American Psycho is like having sex. You know that movie? Have you seen that movie? He's having sex and then he looks in the mirror and he's just like flexing while he's doing it. It's like that's what like you guys think you're doing. Like
Yes.
you're not performing for anyone else but the person that's in the room with you.
right.
If you're gonna be like weird and fake during sex, you should do something even weird. Like you should be Stone Cold Steve Austin while you're having sex.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! What? My dick's where? Oh hell yeah!
I need to tear my shirt off. I'm thinking of Hulk Hogan the whole time.
You are thinking of Hulk Hogan the whole time because I'm like, I know Stone Cold has torn his shirt off, but
That's not his
He mostly
thing.
wears the John 3:16 shirt.
Does he really?
Yeah, that's like if you ever see someone in a John 3:16 shirt, it's more about Stone Cold than it is about Jesus.
That's funny.
No, I think that it is something that people need to consider though, because like I don't know, just going back to like the thing that I think about all the time is like we all saw porn before we had sex. So it like completely affects your idea of what this is going to be. But like a normal adult is like, oh, this is like, I don't know, man. I this is like a whole different thing. But I listened to this. There's this therapist who does a call-in radio show.
I know who you're talking about.
John Deloney, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. I've seen him.
He's on Dave Ramsey's network. Let's take a
Does he have black hair?
yeah.
How do you spell his name?
Deloney, Deloney.
Yeah,
Okay, I like.
I've seen a lot of his clips.
He has a good audiobook about like dealing with anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I don't really deal with anxiety, but I listened to the book and I was like, oh, I definitely like everyone kind of has anxiety.
Yeah, for sure.
Like anxiety isn't just like having a panic attack. It's just like like doing negative things to your body when you're uncomfortable. Like, oh, okay,
Right.
that makes sense. Like jerking off in the bathroom.
The Stone Cold Steve Austin's pictures.
Oh yeah, John 3:16. I'm gonna come
anxiety.
316 times. No, so a woman called in. This is a little bit of an explanation, and I might look like an asshole. You can correct me.
Okay.
A woman called into John Deloney's show, and she was very upset. And obviously, she has a right to be upset in this situation because I'll explain a little bit of it. But
Okay.
she had 2 babies. They're both girls, and she has like difficult pregnancies. She has, I think it's called like choleric, like one of the babies, like it's something in that like that word where like the baby never stops crying, which affects their vocal cords. And Kendra told me, my girlfriend said that's why like Emma Stone was like that, and that's why she has like that raspy voice.
Really?
It's like their whole life their voice is affected because they never stop crying as a baby, which sounds like a nightmare.
That sounds very scary.
So she has like very difficult. This woman who's calling into the show has very difficult pregnancies, and when the babies are young, there's like difficulties. And she was upset because she's pregnant, and she found out it's a girl, and they're gonna have 3 girls, and she was upset that it wasn't a boy. And she mentions all this stuff about being hard pregnancies because she's like, I'm not gonna have another kid, but she
Right.
wanted a boy. And I'm like,
Did the other 2 children have that like no like always crying thing?
yeah, that's only to say that she's like, that's to set up that she's not gonna have any more kids because it's so difficult time when they're first born. Like they don't stop crying, and she's like, and it takes like a toll on her body. It was like, obviously, whatever you want to do, you don't have to have more than 3 kids.
Right.
But like, she was sad and depressed because she wanted a boy, but she's having a girl. And I empathize. That's like obviously something, but it's like, life isn't like just what you want though. Like it's not like M&Ms. You don't pick like peanut or like having a baby. It is random, the gender of the
Yeah.
baby. Sometimes the baby's a different gender. Sometimes the baby's neither,
Yeah.
like, it's just like sometimes like the consumerist mindset leaks its way into like aspects of our lives that like, and that's kind of like going off the porn thing. It's like, why are you being performative in the bedroom? And also like, obviously this woman is depressed and she has a right to be, she has like a difficult time, but it's like, okay, but you're like depressed that like the one really pure, natural, true, real human experience that we have that really can't be too distorted by like media. I mean, it can, but it's like you nut in someone and a baby comes out. Like it's almost like skydiving. It's like you can't deny that this experience happened.
Yeah.
But you're being like mad because it's not exactly what you wanted. Like
Sure.
maybe you're too in love with the idea of what you wanted, but you have to accept the reality that you have. Which is that you're having a third girl. That's fine. You don't get like, you ever see those gender reveal parties where they find out it's a girl and the guy gets mad?
Right.
It's like, dude, it's not like there was like, it's not like it's the draft on the NFL and you didn't make it onto the Lions.
Right.
It's like a baby. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's too much like choice. There's too much like options. Like people get tattoos and their tattoos suck because they just have no taste. They just, to get tattoos is like, yeah, I got like, I know this girl, she's like, yeah, I got a butterfly on my arm too. So I remember my grandma. I was like, you're gonna forget your grandma? Like, just get the butterfly tattoo. But like, what's this reasoning that you got? You know what I mean?
You lost me at the butterfly thing. I don't know how that connects to like the burden of choice.
Just like the choice thing. Like people just have too many choices and they make dumb ones. And so it's like when you're faced with something real, like having a baby, it's like, it's not a choice. I mean, it is a choice to have a baby. You can get an abortion. You
Not
can
for
not
long.
have sex. Not for long. Not in my country. Not who I voted for. This is a Trump hat. But no, I just think that that's like an interesting, weird thing that's like happening. Like now that we like live more in the future and shit.
Yeah.
Like even like down to something as simple as like reading like comments on Instagram about like people like critiquing someone's life that they're like sharing online. It's like, hey, you don't know this person, and also they're just posting like a picture. You don't get to just be like ugly. Like she's not like a product. It's not like the new iPhone where you're like, that's not what I want. It's not about what you want. Sometimes life just happens.
Yeah.
So obviously I empathize with the woman with the pregnancy. That's got to be depressing to have an idea for your family and not get it. But it is odd to be so depressed that you didn't get a boy when it's like, I don't know. It's just not really like, it's out of your hands. It's like you're going to cry if it rains. You can't control it. You could be upset if it rains on your wedding day, obviously.
Right.
But it's like, what are you going to do at the end? That's just like my own internal philosophy.
Well, where's the line then? Because like you said, like, well, if it cries on your wedding day, yeah, you can be upset. But like,
well, because you're ruining an event that you paid a bunch of money for.
Well, maybe they want their bloodline to continue. And a boy is like, that's obviously easier.
That's another thing. I feel like people are too obsessed with the bloodline.
I agree.
I personally would like to adopt like one child because I think people are way too obsessed with the bloodline.
Yeah.
And I really feel that way. So you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to adopt a kid. Like people, like I don't know if this is even like too serious for boy time. I think surrogacy, I think it's a gray area. I think it gets a little bit odd when Kim Kardashian's just paying people to pop out baby. You're literally economically coercing a woman into using her body so that you can have more kids, so you can make more money on Instagram.
Yeah, and everybody says, well, that's because she has a disease where pregnancy is really hard for her. I'm like, I don't buy that.
Also, Angelina Jolie adopted like 4 kids. You don't want to
ruin your body because like you are a product.
Yes.
Like that's probably mostly what it is.
And if you see yourself as a product, it's easy to see another woman's body as a product.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm a product, so let me just purchase someone else's uterus for 9 months.
I knew someone that did a surrogacy, but that was because like they cannot get pregnant. And that's like, okay, that makes sense. But definitely like, I don't want to ruin my figure. I just have a bunch of money laying around. Let me like pay someone to have my kid. Yeah, it's weird because it is like then this goes into a whole nother debate, but like what is natural? Like what is the natural order of things, and is it okay to mess with those things? Eventually in the future, we're definitely going to have technology where like, I want this gender.
Yep.
Well, you're going to get it. Yep. Like that's going to happen. Yep. I am afraid because I think also what comes along with that is, oh, the baby's autistic, let's abort it for that reason.
And in the Netherlands, Denmark, there's like no Down syndrome babies. Yeah. And it's not like a marvel of genetics. They just abort any baby that has Down syndrome. It's like, I don't know if we need to live in a world without people with Down syndrome. Right. Maybe we don't need to live in a world with people who are born and they never leave a bed and they're just ahead. I'm not one to make that debate.
Right.
'Cause that's a horrible life.
Yes.
But Down syndrome people have like beautiful lives. They bag your groceries. They love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
They do that. They do love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But like the idea is like
They
if like life
flick
is
people off for
precious-
no reason. I saw a clip of a Down syndrome guy like walking up to a stage like flicking. I'm like, this is awesome. What a guy.
It's like, yes, I think like when it becomes a question of what you want versus what's best for something, that's when the line is drawn. If you just want a baby that's black or like a girl, you just want that. But it's like if the baby's going to be born with like blindness and you can cure that, well, let's make sure that the baby, if we can fix that, why not? Again, it's
sure,
like,
sure.
If the baby's going to have a disability, sure. But then there's like what line at disability? It's like, well, I mean, it's probably like being this is such a bad, but like having Down syndrome is such a more encompassing disability than being blind. Because like a blind person can like, get like married. Like, like Down syndrome people can get married, but come on, man, what are we going to do? We're going to pretend like Down syndrome. Come on.
Oh no, what is happening?
I'm just talking out my ass, but it's funny. It's funny. It's like
I'm like agreeing with everything. I'm like, nope, that's right.
well, like they can get married. I'm just saying, like a blind person has full faculty of their brain. They won't need to live with their parents forever. And not all Down syndrome people have to live with their parents forever.
Sure.
Down syndrome people can do whatever the fuck they want. But
Okay,
they obviously have like a mental disability that
Yeah, of
affects their
course.
ability to understand
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah,
So
of
it's
course.
like you can't just be having sex with a guy who's clearly taking advantage of you.
Right.
Should a Down syndrome person marry just some like non-Down syndrome man? Like we would have questions. It's not like when someone's in a wheelchair or someone's blind. It's like, oh, that's beautiful because this person has a fully functioning brain. Don't make me explain it because I'm not going to.
Oh, that's fun. That's funny. I'm just like letting you talk, and I'm just going in all different directions. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, backtracking. To
Welcome to our comedy podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Going back to the lady that's having a third girl. I guess I kind of understand. Be like, oh man, like I wanted a boy. I wanted like both experiences of like the genders. But I also, it's like, be depressed about it? Probably not. And there's probably other things going on that we don't know. Maybe her husband is like manly man, and then he might like, maybe not physically, but like maybe emotionally take it out on her. Or like the family dynamic is weird because he never got a son and she's worried about that. Like there's so many factors at play. But I definitely agree with you with like the commodification of everything has completely ruined our brains.
Yeah.
It's
like even a
just like
child is a product.
Even think about like girlfriends and boyfriends. Like when you're a young adult, it's like you're just shopping, Hinge, Tinder. You're just shopping for a person instead of having like a genuine connection, like finding someone out in the wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's absolutely ruined our brains. We're like, oh, you meet someone and you like get to know them, and then they do like one thing that annoys you, or they have one belief that like I don't, and then they're out.
Yeah.
Boom, kick to the curb.
Best place for me to find a girlfriend,
Which
been
I've
proven
done
twice
that.
in a row. You find someone else's girlfriend. You take them. That's why we're doing a
boy
podcast.
time.
That's boy time. Like, oh, you're dating another guy? Want you? Want
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, now that you're dating me, don't want you anymore.
Don't want you? Hit the road.
Don't roll. I need to find another girl that's
Eyes bigger than my stomach. Order too much spaghetti. Now you got
4
going.
years of eating meat. Mm-mm.
Yeah, pop them bad boys open. Oh, we should talk about the new Zen. Is there anything else you want to say about my strange conversation about surrogacy?
Not really.
I'm mad. There's new Zen packs. Caleb's got the classic. I got this new stupid Zen pack.
It's thicker.
It's thicker because, first of all, there's a top compartment to put your used Zen in. Everyone knows your used Zen goes right on a baby's forehead. That's where you spit it.
Yes, sir.
And I wouldn't mind this. This is fine. If you want to reduce the waste, reduce like the littering, whatever. But when you change the product itself, I mean, they're like fluffy now. You're not going to be able to see
they're
this.
like longer.
They're longer.
They're longer.
They burn less. They do like cause less gum irritation, which I wonder is why they changed it. But they're less effective for getting the nicotine.
These cause you gum irritation?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the amount I do. Yeah, I have to stop doing them. Like after I do too many.
Interesting. See, Ons did that for me. These never irritate me. Maybe it's like the level of nicotine. The biggest thing I don't like about the new pack is that it says medium, with 2 little dots. What
Like it's
the
a
fuck
hot
does
wing
that
flavor.
mean? Yeah. No, I wanted to say 3, 6, 9, 0. I don't care. Give me the number.
0. I want 0 Zins. You
0
could just put a
milligram
straw
Zins.
wrapper in your lip at that point. That's a Zin with nothing in it.
If they sold 0 Zins, I would buy them.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, it's not really about the nicotine. It's about the oral fixation. That's how I got off vape. I just blow pops in my mouth all the time.
I don't
After
think
the blow
Zin is
pop,
about as oral fixation as much, though.
I think for me it is.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're not doing anything. It's just in your mouth.
That's what I mean.
You just want something
Having
in your
something
mouth.
in my mouth is like, I need it.
See, the cigarette thing for me is like the inhaling and the breathing and the putting something in your mouth. The Zin is I removed the oral fixation and I just have the nicotine still slowly dripping into my mouth.
Nah, it's still oral for me. It's in your mouth. I feel it. I feel like it's doing something even though I don't actually feel it.
See, I feel it.
But I feel it when I don't have it. That's the problem.
I think I'm going to stop.
I want to stop too. I did stop.
I
For a
had
while.
a cigarette the other day and I was like, oh my God, these are bad. I'm like over cigarettes.
I did a cigarette yesterday and I thought the same thing. I was
like-
like, this is terrible.
We should smoke a lot of those.
Dude,
Last
yeah.
year, it's raining. We smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like hang out and smoke a pack of cigarettes together.
Yeah.
Like a couple of 13-year-old boys.
It's true. We're
Like,
like
what are we
shit
doing?
talking our moms.
Yeah.
My mom sucks.
Yeah. She pretends to be a porn star when she has sex with my dad. And she wanted a girl.
She wanted a girl. Turns out I'm here.
Yeah, now she's mad.
She wanted me to be transgender.
I'm trying.
I'm trying.
I'm trying my best.
These scissors are too dull.
Oh. They're the ones that
Not
have
my
like
fault.
the design in it. Like they're like
Yeah. Like the fabric cutters, like those.
Like, whoa, what an embroidered cock hole you have.
That's funny.
May I have sex with it? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Zen. Yeah, I think I'm over them. I like
Interesting.
them, but the cigarettes I can't anymore.
So what are you gonna do? Just no nicotine? You're just no nicotine.
Yeah, like slowly. Like I got up to the 6. I'm not buying any of the other kinds that have like 9 and 12. I'm not doing that.
They have 9 and 12.
Yeah, dude. I worked at a guy with a guy at the radio station. He had 12 milligram other product that's a Zin, and I had some in. I had like 2 3s in at like a work party,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm deep in it." And he shows me he has 12. And he lifts up his lip, and he lifts up his bottom lip. He had 4 12 milligram Zins in his mouth. He's like,
my
he's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I only do nicotine, and this is what I do. I'm like, you have 48 milligrams of nicotine coming through your gums right now.
Jesus.
You're gonna die. Like I Zin a lot,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of just getting to a point where I'm like, it's not. Now that the product's changed, it's like when
It's
the
weird.
McRib
I'm
goes
still
away.
finding these though.
Yeah, but you'll see over time they'll all become that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All the flavors are different now.
Well, they got mango.
Watermelon, berry.
No.
It's like the coffee one. What are we doing? Coffee's in.
Ew, yeah, that's gross. I remember there used to be coffee on. I
Yeah.
think there still is.
There's
Yeah.
a coffee's in, and then there's like just variations of mint, and then there's like the yellow one that's like a Sprite,
Yeah.
like lemon or
Sprite,
something.
lemon, yeah, citrus. That's
Citrus.
what it's called.
Which that one I could understand, but the mint. See, that was the thing. I when did you ever Juul?
You used to do spearmint, dude. I don't like spearmint Zen.
I do. I don't like the light blue. I can't find the fucking green ones. The dark
Ugh.
green. I get the dark green.
Yeah, I used to vape.
Did you Juul though?
Oh yeah.
See, I had a
Hella
Juul,
Juul.
but I got into Juul after they got rid of like the mango and
Yeah.
the other flavors that they had. So I only ever did the mint or
Yeah.
the tobacco, which I always did mint.
Oh, tobacco was trash.
Oh, dude, it tasted like a dog's ass.
Yeah. It just tasted burnt.
Yeah,
Burnt
like, why
dog
would I want
ass.
that? Why would I want that?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't
But
know.
I was like, well, I'm doing this for the nicotine. If you're getting into it for the flavors, like, what are we doing? And you used to vape where you put the oils in,
Yeah.
and we were all like, whoa, this one tastes like blueberry cheesecake. And
Yeah.
it did.
And it did.
But it's like, okay, like after a little while, it gets like okay, I gotta have a blueberry cheesecake in my mouth all the
Right.
time. Like I want the nicotine.
It's it's always been about the nicotine. The commodification. It's like I want a different flavor of my nicotine. It's become ridiculous. It's the burden of choice. Like I'll go to a store. I'm like, I just need like a pen. There's like 55 different pens. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Even shoes. It's like I really like On Clouds, like the most comfortable shoe I've ever owned. And now that I'm like inside sales, I'm like, I want like a nicer like on cloud. There's like 50 different on cloud like styles. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Make like 2.
That's why Aldi's a good grocery store. One of everything.
Yeah.
One peanut butter, crunchy or creamy.
Yeah.
One kinda
That's it.
apple.
That's all you need. It's become, yeah, it's just so stupid.
There's aisles in the grocery store just for like potato chips.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
Right.
how many different kinds of potato chips are there? I'm done.
I'm done
done.
with it.
Choice is not everything.
Yeah.
You know when you're on Netflix and you're just like going, you can't find anything, and then for the amount of time of a movie, you've been looking for a movie to watch.
Yeah.
Remember when you would turn on the TV and there'd just be a movie on?
Yeah, you're
on
like,
FX?
I'll watch this.
I'll just watch the second half of Transformers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was like my whole childhood. Oh
Yeah.
shit, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
There's fucking
Guess I'm watching this
five
tonight.
minutes left. Dude, it's the best part. Like, what are we doing?
Absolutely, yeah. I remember I turned on the TV, Independence Day would be on. I'm like, sweet. Like 3/4 of the way done.
Yeah.
I'm like, so cool.
I get to
alien
watch that guy
blast and
fly
stuff.
up into it.
Yeah.
That was the best
Exactly.
part.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, because we lost a curator class. We don't have any curator class. We don't have
Right.
we don't have movie reviewers.
We
that
are
are
the
as independent.
curators now.
Everyone has to have their own taste. You used to just be able to, the news said that this was the best chocolate cake, so that's the cake I get.
Yeah.
And obviously that can be influenced by money, and nobody trusts anything because everyone thinks everything's like fake and like
Right.
a sellout now. But even like with music, like who's a popular music review? Anthony Fantano? Name another
Yeah.
one that young people even care about or listen to. Nobody cares about
can't.
Pitchfork. Who?
I said I can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
Pitchfork, like nobody reads the articles anymore. Used to
Like,
read
I guess
shit.
maybe like Sean C. That's like one I think of.
Yeah.
That like.
I mean, there
But-
just used to be a whole. I mean, when I went to college for journalism because I thought that there would be a way for me to leverage having decent taste in things like television, movies, entertainment, and comedy into having like an opinion-based thing because I could enter this curator class that I could be like, oh, I'm the kind of person that'll find unique, interesting things that people might not have heard of. But now you open up TikTok and there's just someone who's deeply into Korean cinema.
Right.
And they'll tell you everything about every movie. And it's like, that's a guy who's doing it, but it's not like this is the movie guy. This is the Korean cinema guy.
Right.
Yeah,
Everything is super subclass into its own little.
Everything's
divisions.
niche.
Yeah, everything's niche. Yeah, which is even like I find a problem with like Fantano because he like started with like, oh, I'm gonna like do this music review thing that I'm gonna like find music that people can listen to, and now it's just like I'll just review the biggest albums that are coming out because I mean that's what get views and clicks. So it's like even you're not like curating like really stuff for like the people.
All content is now also just reacting to the news. Fantano just does like a video where
Yeah.
he like pulls up
Like this is what Kanye did.
this is what Kanye did. Death Grips broke up.
Right.
Something else happened. Kendrick Super Bowl halftime show. I was like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
Like if something happens and it's funny and you bring it up in passing conversation in the content, that's fine. But if it's
Yeah.
not about anything bigger, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing a podcast right now where I'm watching John Mulaney's sitcom that got canceled and was a horrible failure. And it came out in 2014. But like we're watching it so we can talk about like what makes a TV show good. Like what makes a good sitcom, what makes like a funny TV show, and how has TV changed.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're doing it for. We're not doing it just to like dunk on and make fun of like this thing.
Right.
Like sometimes you'll watch something and it's like dude, I just stopped
It's
watching
all
YouTubers.
negative. Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Fucking
H3?
No, H3 sucks. I mean, he's just fallen off. But that's like a whole. Like it went from curators to like criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll watch.
Good way of putting it.
Oh, Curtis Connor,
Right.
YouTuber. I mean, I haven't watched any of his videos because all of his videos just became, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, it's a bad movie.
Right.
Why is this the video for this week? It's talking about a movie that's obviously bad.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Make something.
Right.
Come up with an idea and make something that's weird.
Yeah.
Why are you just showing me a movie that I'm gonna hate?
I feel like it will, like, what we're stumbling upon will implode on itself. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think you can have every channel be an H3 where you're just criticizing everything you see. You can't have everything. I mean, Fantano walks the line for sure. But yeah, it's like all these YouTube channels, all these people on TikTok, it's all just like reviewing. It's all negative. I think that it's not sustainable.
No.
I think we're going, and I think Kendrick is even like living proof of this, that like you just believe in something and create it and it can work.
Yeah.
And it will work.
Yeah.
So Tyler too, JPEG Mafia. There's like a lot of people that are like
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin that are like, we're just gonna create this. And I even think us, like, we don't hop on here and like we both love Kendrick Lamar. Like, we haven't talked about Super Bowl performance. It's like, nah, I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah.
I don't want it to always be a current event that we're breaking down or whatever, because everybody does that. That's the only thing to do now.
Yeah.
And it's like you just don't find a lot of people that are just creating their own little things.
And it should be rare. Like I'm on Patty's podcast, News from Bed, every week. I have 3 podcasts right now. But
busy boy.
I'm on Patty's podcast, and there was a video of a comedian that we have met in New York who's become more popular on Instagram, screaming at someone in the audience.
Okay.
Have you seen this video?
No.
But we're both comics, and we also, I don't want to say know this woman, but we've met her. Her name's Natalie Cuomo. Like it's a video that went like viral a little bit. Like people were talking about like comedy, how stand-up's in like this weird place where it's like, because the video is called Comedian Confronts Heckler, but her whole set is talking to the audience and doing crowd work.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and Patty are basically like, at what point is that a heckler if all your set is talking to the audience? It's not heckling. You're talking to them the whole time. You have no material.
Yeah.
So you're screaming at someone who's participating in the show.
You're not performing like a scheduled set that
Yes.
someone's interrupting. They're
Yes.
just interrupting like what you think is good conversation with audience.
You're exactly right. That's what heckler is, someone that interrupts the flow or like talks over a punchline or ruins a joke's timing. I have hecklers at clubs. I'm not just talking to the audience and getting mad when they respond.
Right.
I mean, there's people, it's like sometimes when you're doing stand-up, you ask like a rhetorical question to like start talking about a bit. You ever fart in your mom's house or something? I don't know.
Sure.
I do that all the time. I only fart
I'm telling
in
your
my
mom
mom's
right
house.
now.
I only
Really? You
fart.
hold them on
Yeah.
until you go
Once
see
a
her?
week I go over there and I go into my old
Just
bedroom.
unload.
You don't want to go in there. One time my old
It's
dog was in there,
Chernobyl.
and that's why she's my old dog. Let's just put that at that. No, but it's like, yeah, they tech controllers turned over everything to us, and people are fucking stupid.
Right.
I don't have this like belief that like no, everyone's actually like a decent, good, smart person if you give them a chance. No, have you met people?
Right.
Have you met people? A lot of them are not.
Yeah.
Your neighbor. Like, come on.
Right.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Some people are miserable and they
They
take it out
don't
on everyone else.
deserve control of.
Some people are
like-
addicted to drugs. I'm not just gonna take like I'm addicted to nicotine, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like some
Yeah.
people are volatile. Some people have Down syndrome.
Oh, no.
Today's episode is brought to you by Skittles.
Skittles.
Give your kid Down syndrome today.
We get a cease and desist from Skittles. You cannot mention us in this
Why?
podcast.
Yeah, I just think they turned everything over to us. Now it's like go on the internet, post your clips. I mean, this is like what boyTIME. We talked about this on the one where we were at my place, where it's just like that was like the last episode we did, I think,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and it's just like everything's on us to like make yourself. I mean, Maya Hawke, you know that actress,
Mm-hmm.
Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke, and Uma
Yeah.
Thurman's daughter. She was on an interview and she was like, "Oh, like producers won't cast people if they don't have enough followers on Instagram."
Interesting.
And like this producer like quote tweeted the video and he was like, "I'm a producer. I tried to cast one of the stars of Game of Thrones, and the people I was working with said I couldn't cast him because he didn't have 1 million followers on Instagram. He had
What?
900,000. He's a star of one of the biggest shows of all time, and he couldn't get on a show because
That's
he didn't have
really
1 million followers."
Right.
And everyone was dunking on Maya Hawke. It's like, "Well, you're a nepo baby. What do you know?" It's like, no, she has nothing to lose. That's why she's saying
Yeah.
this. She's like, "Yeah, no, everything's based on followers."
I mean, good for her. Yeah. Speaking of.
She's fine.
Yeah.
She didn't have to be an actress to begin with. She would have been fine the rest of her life anyway. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's the whole thing. It's like now like with stand-up, with music, it's like you have to make your own way, build your own audience, and then they will co-opt your audience into a corporate
Yeah.
structure so they can make money off of something that you've cultivated.
Yeah.
Which is why I admire people who don't do that. Like if you like Bo Burnham like makes a special and sells it to Netflix, well, you have to have a distributor.
Sure.
That's whatever.
Yeah.
But like having like a podcast and then like joining Barstool
Right.
or like running to whatever you can get
Yeah.
just so you can make some quick money. It's like you're getting you don't want to do this for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make content that's good and build an audience because you have like faith in your ability to like entertain people or like put something important out there or whatever you want to do, that's fine. But like the fact that they've just put it completely, there's no gatekeepers anymore.
Yeah.
There's no guy who's like watching your music on Spotify and being like, this guy needs
FD
a shot.
Signifier talks about this a lot, about the gatekeepers.
No gatekeepers
Yeah.
anymore. Comedy, everyone's a gatekeeper now. I was talking about this with my friend last night. Like instead of just having a guy who books a club and then there's like people from like TV that come into the club and they see you and they pull you for TV, you have to make your own way so that the people on TV see you. And just like a guy who runs a bar show is the gatekeeper. And he's just a
Right.
comic. He's
Yeah.
too personally involved. You used to have bookers at comedy clubs who were not comedians, so they didn't have a personal investment
Yeah.
in their own career when they're booking people for their show.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore. I'm sure it's different with music. I think there's people who probably aren't musically talented that like can help people get along. But with comedy, it's none.
Mm.
There's no gatekeepers. There's no there are some, but not what there used to be.
Right.
Joe Rogan opened up a club in Austin. Like, comedians have done that. Like Rodney Dangerfield opened up Rodney's in New York, or Dangerfield's in New York. It's like, you know, it's like that's normal, but it's like the idea that like comics run the place. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
There should be a woman who worked in the office, and she would decide who makes it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And so, some clubs still do. New York Comedy Club has bookers. Some
Right.
certain clubs in New York. There's a guy who owns a club here, but he's a former comedian, and he performs himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's fine, because he's out of it. But there's
Yeah.
people who are not, who book all the shows at bars and shit,
Right.
and they're too
It's
personally
a big
invested.
conflict of interest. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I don't know.
The world's all fucking fucked up.
That's just how it is, I guess. I don't know. Like, of course you have to put your own work in, but it's like the idea that it's like all based on Instagram followers.
Yeah.
It's like weird. It's like I have to find a
Yeah,
way to
it's like
fit into an algorithm.
They've won. The tech billionaires have won. And it's weird because the whole idea of it was that we're gonna give you this independence to like be who you are, be like socially connected to people, but it's backfired so strongly to where it's actually like hasn't given us more soul and more connection. It's taking connection and soul away.
Yeah.
To where it's like, oh, like this guy Game of Thrones, oh, he's really talented, great actor or whatever. Oh, but he can't do it because we can't commodify him enough. It's like, that's not, yeah, it's just like not what it should be. Do you have any hope that it will change?
No.
I have hope.
I mean, I thought like if TikTok actually got banned, that'd be an inch closer to something.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the idea that everyone, I think it's like an Andy Warhol quote. He's like, in the future, everyone will just have 15 minutes of fame. I think that's where that idea came from. Because like people used to say, like, oh yeah, he got his 15 minutes of fame because he just like had something go viral or like a one-hit wonder. But now it's like 5% of the population will be famous for either a tiny audience for the rest of the 90%. There was a study that like 12% of Americans make significant income off of social media posting and being influencers. 12% of Americans are influencers?
That's
insane.
literally a bigger percentage than the gay community.
That's weird. And
Yeah.
they're all gay. Every influencer is gay. So it's like you take...
That's true, yeah. They automatically have 3% in that 15%.
There you go.
No, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's like
12%?
just about the percent of like, maybe a little bit more than the percent of like black people.
Right.
It's like there's more influencers than black people.
That
crazy.
can't be true.
I don't know
What's the percentage of black people?
I think it's like 12%. I think white people are like 60 to 70% of the country. I think Spanish people have more than black people. And Asians have like nothing.
13.7%.
It's about the same.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I mean they've been growing. They've been fucking out there.
Yeah. What percentage? And if we can't get abortions, that number's going to go way up.
Yeah. Look up what the percentage of people with Down syndrome is. Because every person with Down syndrome all influencers should just be the people.
1.4% of U.S. adults identify as gay. 1.4%.
There's more influencers in America.
There's
than there are
14%
gay people.
more influencers in America than gay people. All right, so you want Down syndrome?
Yeah. I want to see if the Down syndrome is more than the trans number.
I didn't look up trans yet.
Well, I think trans is like 0.01% or like 0.1% of the population identifies as.
See, that's sad. I said what percentage of Down, and the first one is what percentage of Down syndrome pregnancies are terminated.
This is the Caleb Googles portion of the podcast.
Less than 1% of babies in the United States are born with Down syndrome. Less than 1%.
It's about the same as trans. Maybe every person with Down syndrome is trans. We're just taking the first
0.95% of the nation's adult population identifies as transgender. They've called 0.95% has called quite a ruckus. Good for them.
Fuck it up.
Fuck it up, dude.
Dude.
I like Chappelle's joke where he's like, that's quite a movement. He's like, so that movement's going along very well. He's like, black people have been struggling for 200 years and we can't get anywhere.
Dude, it is. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's a very interesting time. Well, because it just feels like futile to like pursue anything other than for your own like gratification. You have to enjoy it. You used to have to love it to have the motivation to pursue it because it was like it's not going to.
It was like impossible.
But now you have to love it because it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Like nothing's going to happen. But you just have to enjoy doing the thing that you're doing because the idea that it's going to turn into something bigger is kind of like dumb.
I think it's always been like that, though. I mean, like, because the gatekeepers, I mean, not everyone's going to be a rap star. Not everyone's going to, like, I mean, yeah, the barrier of entry has been lowered, but that means that the people getting in suck. Right. And then there's no one to keep them out.
Right.
So, yeah, it's like if you're actually talented, you probably won't go anywhere. But the dumb person with, I drive around on my butt like a car is going to blow up.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I love that song.
Slaps.
Bro, that song slaps.
I think, here's a conspiracy theory. I think the entertainment industry, upper echelon people, liked that everyone started hating on Nepo babies because it removed the conversation from industry plants. Because you almost never hear about industry plants, but you always hear about Nepo babies. Well, that guy's dad is a producer, so that's how he got in. It's like, yeah, but there's people who have no connections or limited connections, and they were just decided that they were going to be completely funded, and they have like 14 producers. This is, I might get shot by the Illuminati, but like sometimes that's what I think about Beyonce. Like Beyonce's good. I saw a video where this guy was like, Beyonce's good. Is she like that much better than Rihanna? Is she that much better than Lady Gaga?
So basically saying she's an industry plant?
Well, she's being like kept
bolstered
at this level where she's like and it's like, that's fine. If she's like, everyone loves her, that's great. Like whatever she's doing can like be a North Star for all the other creators and shit. But it's like, you know, when you have like 75 producers on Lemonade,
right?
It's like, wow.
Of course it's going to be good.
How much influence? I mean, like, I love Frank Ocean, but it's like Blonde had like 45 producers. It's not like Frank is in his room making it. And not that that's what you have to do. You're making a huge commercial album. It needs to be good.
Yeah.
But it is like a team of 45 of the best musicians in the world figuring out how to make the best music they can make possible. Yeah. Of course it's going to be good.
Yeah, yeah.
You have like every famous chef cooking a meal for you. It's probably going to be pretty good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's the problem with that?
No problem with that. I just think if that can happen for Beyonce, it's happening at lower levels. That's like the industry plant thing. It's like someone could, like Chappell Roan released an album in 2021 and it only popped off last year. That's kind of cool because she just sat in like obscurity until like her songs popped off and she opened for Olivia Rodrigo. It's like, that's kind of cool. And like those songs are like all the #1 shit in the world. But Sabrina Carpenter has been a child actress her entire life and now she has a music career.
Sure.
It's like, it's kind of interesting how you just made this turn and now you're a pop star.
They definitely bolster people that they just think, again, can be commodified.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just interesting. And obviously it should happen for the highest echelon of entertainers. You should make the best product you can make.
How do you feel about Kendrick Lamar in this conversation of like?
I think rap is different.
Okay.
I think rap is different because like a rapper can meet with a producer and then have an engineer in there and then just make a track with those 3 people. Whereas like a musician might have a lot more people involved. Also, Kendrick just went like independent with his own label and shit, so he has like much more creative control at the entire level of his production.
Yeah, that's maybe a bad example because even when he was like under a label, it was, I mean, TDE, and he like slept on Top Dog's couch when he was like 16 years old. That was like a very intimate, like, you know, relationship.
Yeah.
So that's maybe a bad
But look
example.
at Drake and Kendrick. It's like the easiest comparison. It's like, well, Drake's putting out albums that's like he's not even writing the raps.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, come
He's
on.
putting out albums every 9 months and also always on the road.
Kanye's the same way. Kanye has like huge teams of producers.
Yes.
Like Kanye, everyone liked you because you were the producer and the rapper.
Right.
We could watch you make the song, and
yeah.
you could make the song, and that was like an alluring fact because you were like a.
It all came from your mind.
Yeah, J. Cole made 2014. He did the whole thing himself.
Yeah,
no features. That's why it's impressive, is because you are proving yourself to be a singular talent.
Yes.
Then go do your album where you have a bunch of features and decide to, but you have to prove it at least once. And a lot of these pop stars, I mean, pop's always been like that though.
Sure.
It's like pop stars, it's just like But what have you done?
Right,
You
Justin
sitting in your
Bieber.
room with a Justin Bieber
Yeah.
was like sang on YouTube for Usher and then became an insane pop star, and he was like a cute young boy. It's like, of course he's getting like the best, most catchy songs with Ludacris featuring on them.
Right.
Of course he is. He's a commodity. He's a product.
Yeah.
That's why he's like on
Everything's
drugs
a product.
now.
Everything's a product. We are the product now, even with social media. It's like every time you log in and click in, like you are being commodified. Your clicks, your ad revenue that are going to your eyeballs is what makes this whole thing circular.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
We're
Your data.
fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I like doing boy time.
Nice, man.
So I do the things that I think are interesting because it's fun. It's fun for me. Like someone. Oh, we were talking about this the other day, but someone at a comedy show was like asking me about like why do you keep doing it? Like a comic was talking to me about like why keep doing it if it's not going to go anywhere. It's like
Right.
because it's nice to be good at something.
Yeah.
Like
It's
figure
nice to have
out
an
like
outlet.
Like I liked when I was starting out to figure it out. It felt like something I had always wanted to be into and good, and I learned how to be good at it.
Yeah.
And then it's like now it's just nice to be good at something. Like there's a transitionary point. Like you've been doing music for like most of your 20s now. I've been doing comedy for most of my 20s now. It's like you get to a point where it's like, you know, it is fun to like figure it out, but also at a certain point it's like, well, you have like the basics figured out.
Yeah.
There's people who can't even figure out the basics.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fine. I just like the experience of going up in front of people, having prepared something or have something new, and you just present it. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's good. Just like releasing music. It's like, is this good? And everyone's like, yeah, that was crazy that you actually did that. It's like
Cool.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
don't
I
care
don't think
about
anything nothing has to go anywhere for us for it to be fun
Right.
and like validating for our own personal lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost separate. I don't put my self-worth into my products. I
Yeah.
put my self-worth in like, did I eat horrible today?
Right.
Did I exercise?
Did I get too drunk the other night?
Right.
Yeah.
Like I feel better when I check something off my to-do list, like filing my taxes.
Yeah. I got my tax return already. I filed my taxes the day you could.
Good check.
So I was like, yeah, $2,700.
I got like $300.
Well, it's so much taxes gets taken out of like my yearly revenue. So my tax return is always pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Take me out to dinner then.
Okay.
Spaghetti
What kind?
with chocolate on it.
No noodles. I'm like, then what is it? You just want chocolate?
Yeah, just buy me a chocolate bar. See if a restaurant will make me a chocolate bar.
I want chicken. Hold the chicken. Okay.
Is it just rice? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
How much rice can you give me? Legally.
Legally?
How much legal rice can you serve to one guy?
I don't know, a pound? Make it two.
Make it two.
I won't tell nobody. You wink at them.
Slipped him $100 bill.
$100.
For
You just
rice?
go buy rice from the store as much as you want.
I'm at a Chinese restaurant.
It's the danger of it.
I like the threat.
I like the thrill of buying rice.
Yeah, that guy just paid me $400 to eat 2 pounds of rice. So I don't really know what's going on, but I'm going home.
That's funny.
All right. Well, that's been boy time, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to kill yourself, you can buy a gun.
Oh my, what? What a way to end it.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
No.
I swear she knows I'm alone, saying I should call back on her phone.